Welcome to the Tool Review channel, and on today's episode we are taking a look at another insulated Knipex products. This is the Knipex 0208-200 high leverage combination pliers. Now these are a high leverage. What they mean by high leverage is the rivet joint is a lot closer to the cutting edge, so you don't have to use as much force to cut your wire as you would with a traditional pair of combination pliers. It should be a lot easier to cut the wire. As you can see on this pair of pliers, you can see you got your product number right there, 0208-200, made in Germany. You got the number 220 right there as well. You got some safety ratings right there as well. And these two triangles are also on the handles right there as well. 1000 volt, and then you got some more ratings right there as well. And on the inside of the handles, you can see made in Germany, 1000 volt, and you got another number right there. And the little warning that says wear eye protection and always shut the power off. Want to make sure you do that whenever possible, unless you're in a situation where you can't do that. That is why you're going to want a 1000 volt rated pair of pliers, just in case it becomes energized. But as you can see, you got the 1000 volt rated right there in the handles. You have those two little triangles right there as well, and you got the Knipex in the handles as well. And then to identify that these are 1000 volt rated, you have the yellow and red handrails, which I absolutely love. These hand grips or handles, they are really nice. Probably the most comfortable out of all of the grips that you can get on the Knipex pliers. That's just my opinion. And as you can see right here, you have the Knipex name stamped in the front of the pliers as well. And you can kind of see a rivet right there. You can hardly see it on this side. You can kind of make it out. You can see the little outline of it, but this is the only side you can really see on it. And as you can see, I got some oil and stuff coming up out of my rivet. They came pretty well oiled from the factory. And as you can see, we'll zoom out here. They are fairly loose, which is nice. So you don't really have to break these in whatsoever. Now you can see you got some nice teeth on the front of the pliers as well. It would have been nice if they would have cross-hatched the teeth. So it would have been a little bit stronger if you had to, hold on to something, pull it, or twist some wire with it. I am not going to twist wire with it. I am pretty bad at twisting wire right now. I definitely do need to improve on that. But I'm definitely not going to show off those terrible skills. And then you got these little jaws right here, which are open up to a little circle. So if you had to hold a little nut right there, you're trying to screw something in, I would presume that's what you could hold it with, and then thread a little screw through there if you're got a fixture. These are on the back side, and you thread something in to hold the nut from spinning. And then you got your nice cutting edge right there as well. As you can see, it's got the nice circle on it, so you can cut some larger gauge wire in there, no problem. So now let's get to cutting some wire with these high leverage pliers. So we're going to start off with some 14 gauge stranded wire. And as you can see, it has no problem whatsoever cutting the 14 gauge. So I'll get that out of here. We'll bring in some 12 gauge stranded wire as well. And as you can see, cuts it like butter. Doesn't struggle whatsoever to cut the 12 gauge stranded wire. So now we'll bring in some 10 gauge stranded wire and see how these perform. And as you can see, they perform very well. You really don't have to use any effort to cut through there as well. So now we're going to bring in something a little bit more challenging for these pliers. We're going to bring in some 14 gauge Romex wire. So you're going to have, this is a 14-2 wire with ground. So you're going to have 3 wires in total to cut through. So we'll see how these pliers hold up to that. And as you can see, cuts through the 14 gauge, no problem. You're definitely going to have to put a little bit of force onto it, but as you can see, cuts the 14 gauge wire with no problem. So now let's scale it up a little bit, and we'll bring in some 12-2 wire with ground and see how these perform. So we'll put a little bit of it in there, get a little bit of a better handle on it. You're definitely going to have to use some force to cut through the 12-2 wire with ground. Definitely not as easy as going through the 14-2, but you can definitely, as you can see, it sends it flying, but you can cut the 12-2 wire no problem with these high leverage combination pliers as well. And then we'll bring in a zip tie right here and see how well it cuts the zip tie. As you can see, cuts it no problem. Does leave kind of a jagged edge, so you want to be a little bit careful if you use these to cut a zip tie and it is around some wires that could have the potential to rub on there, as the little bit of a sharp edge could rub through the wire insulation and cause a short. But overall, these high leverage combination pliers, definitely a nice tool, and definitely an improvement over the standard combination pliers. These are fairly nice. You can get these in obviously the 1000-volt rated handles, as you see right here. You can also get them in the standard handles, the standard comfort grips, and the standard dipped. I also believe they come in a 9-inch version of these as well. Don't quote me on that if you can get these in the 9-inch in the 1000-volt rated handles, but I know for a fact you can get the 9-inch in the comfort grip and the standard dipped handle, as I do have these pliers that are 9-inch in the standard comfort grips that I carry around in my installation bag. I just like the VDE handles a lot more than the standard comfort grip. These just feel a lot better in my hand. That's just my personal opinion and my personal preference as well. And if you would like to purchase this tool, I will leave a couple links in the description down below where you can pick it up. I picked mine up from KC Tool, but there's definitely some other places you can pick this up. I would recommend, you shop around and see who has the best price. But that's all I got for you for today on this video. So if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. If you did enjoy this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you would like to follow my social media, my link to Instagram is in the description. But thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.